Alright, so I don't have my ugly mug on the screen here because I want to show you everything in full detail about the settings and the options that you have in V-Rising, so there's no gameplay here, okay? So upon the main menu, you can continue, you can play, you can load the game. Here, I have a game here. We can actually tab over with the bumper button. We can always choose to change the session privacy from open to private if we want. We can delete the save. Heck, we can even go to edit settings and we can rechange any of the settings that are made available to us for our game. These are like gameplay modifiers, if you will. Almost like console commands that are built in, but we'll get into that in a moment. Let's go to the options, general, language, whether you want tutorials, reset the map on open. There's a prompt at the top right if you want to pause it and read what it says. Go global chat, locked minimap rotation, to chat size, show chat timestamps, show player path on the minimap, show clan names, always show vampire HUDs, privacy. When it comes to controls, you can see at the top right, we have it so that L2 and like RS will like move the camera, but I'll explain all of that later in another video when it comes to the controls. It's like Diablo. It's actually really good. And we can change this to this one here, controller 2, where you have to push the triangle in L2 and R2. All right, enough of that. Controller bindings, right? Because you may want to change that, which is very nice to be able to do that. Enable vibration, the vibration intensity. Adaptive triggers enable speaker effect volume, build menu cursor sensitivity, inverted camera x-axis, camera sensitivity, map, pan speed, the map zoom multiplier, although that doesn't seem to work, whether it's at 50 or 200. Maybe it's just me or I'm not far into the game to see such things. I don't know. Graphics, you can calibrate the brightness. You could put VSync on. VSync. The PS5 game. But we have VSync. Motion blur. Depth of field. Blood effects. Screen shake. And then sounds, of course, your master, your music, your effects, your ambience, your player vampire voice lines, other voice lines, and the UI. And on any of these that have like a numerical value next to them, you could push square on a PS5 controller and you can enter the numerical value that you wish. All right. Now then, when you go to play a game, you can choose to do a private game or an online game. Okay, I'm going to walk you through this super quick. You could pick your difficulty, which you can change at any time. Even in-game, you just got to restart the map. Okay? No matter which one you select, you can then go to the advanced game settings. Game settings. The clan size. Again, I'm going to try and go through these somewhat fast. Look at the top right if you need to pause to read what it says. The clan size, allow global chat, server time zone, player and castle interactions, permission to loot dead players, anyone, clan members, only yourself. World settings, do you want soul shard amounts to be unique or do you want them to be plentiful? Mortium Rift incursion intervals, you can change these. There's a lot of them. Same with the minor Mortium Rift incursion duration and the major Mortium Rift incursion duration. Items, bloodbound equipment. When enabled, most equipment will not be dropped upon death. Teleport bound items. When enabled, some items will prevent you from using gateways, so you could maybe want to turn that off. Same thing goes for bat-bound items. How long do you want the length of the day to be? How long do you want the time of day to be? It's the same thing. Swedish summer. Because they're... Anyways. So that's that for the game settings. Now let's move on to the items. Inventory stacks multiplier. The amount of items that can be combined into a simple stack. Yeah, single stack rather. Your loot multiplier, you know how much loot you're getting from just loot in general, from enemies, barrels, box, chests, and then from servant hunts, from material, from blood. And if you want to like crank this all the way up, you could probably even put a higher number if you wanted. Whoops. 9. No, you can't. So you can't go above the number that's... Okay, that's fine. Whatever. Equipment durability loss multiplier, health multiplier, resource yield multiplier, physical power multiplier, spell power multiplier, trader's stock multiplier, cost multiplier, restock time multiplier. On to the PvP. Enabled, disabled. If enabled, is it always? Is it time restricted? What's the time from Monday to Friday? From weekend, Saturday? Like, that's pretty in-depth. Castle rating? Never. Always. Time restricted. Pretty darn cool, if you ask me. Castle heart exposure. Like, there's... My goodness. There's just a plethora, a cornucopia, a quiver of shit that you can do in here. It is just absolutely insane. Let's get rid of that PvP. There. Allow players to loot enemy storage. On or off. Building. Decay rate multiplier for the castle. Blood essence drain rate. The castle heart limitation. Do you want to be able to relocate your entire castle? What's the castle relocation cooldown? What's the castle height limit? The territory tile limit. Castle heart level 1 for level 2, 3, 4, 5. Servant limit for castle. Heart level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's the vermin nest limitation? What's the tomb limitation? Prison cell limitation. Lockbox limitation. Stygian summoning circle limitation. Throne of darkness limitation. For crafting and building, what is the build cost multiplier? The crafting cost multiplier. The crafting rate. The refinement cost. The refinement rate. The servant convert rate. Last but not least, this blew me the F away. Starting equipment. Do you want to start with none? Do you want to start with gear that's level 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90? Starting resources. Do you want none? 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 supplies. Level 80 supplies, rather. Starting level. Do you want to start at level 0 like a normal person? Do you want to start at 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90? And I tested it, and it does work. This, I don't think you can reset. Maybe you can, I'm not too sure, but most of the shite you can. And you can even hold the manage rule sets, and you can choose to load any of these presets. It is pretty effing wild what this game offers. Like, it is absolutely just bonkers. I'm going to go back. I'm just going to go to continue. Just to show you again, once we're in the game, what this all looks like. Hopefully this video is going to be under 10 minutes. I'm trying. We're at 7.5 right now. Not looking good. The game works offline, by the way. I made a video on that separately. Does not require an online connection whatsoever. At all. It's a beautiful thing. But this shows you, I could have paused this, to be honest with you, but I felt like the extra 15, 20 seconds that we're here gives me a little extra time for me to flap my gums 100 miles an hour to explain to you and showcase, of course. So now that we're in the game, I'm not going to show you the controls because that's going to be a different video. But we do have like crafting blood pool attributes, right? You look at all your stuff, your funky stuff here. But super quick, you can change the zoom. It resets in combat. But yeah, about options right now. In the menus, we've got emotes. We've got vampire powers. Okay. Our spell book. Our map. B-Blood, which I don't have. Your social. You can change this. You can invite people. And then system. You can resume. Options. Again, options. We've looked at all this already. And even within the game. No. Yeah, yes, sorry. Within the game, change difficulty. See, you could choose to change the difficulty at any time. And then that's it. Like I said, when you leave the game, it'll save automatically. Bada boom, bada bing. Load game. I said load game. There we go. Again, I've already shown you this. We can edit this. Yeah, it looks like... You know what? Let me try something. Just for giggles. This is one that I'm not too sure how this would work. But let's do it. So I'm going to save it. I'm going to turn off the PvP. Save it. I'm going to go back. And now I am going to load said game. So much for that under 10-minute mark. Damn it, I just blew it right now. 10 minutes. 10 minutes! Believe you effing me. If I could have made this video in 1 to 2 to 3 minutes, I would have. And I probably could. However, I feel like there'd be a lot of information missing. Even the loading, to be honest with you, it's to share with you how long it takes. So you come here often? Exactly. Unlocked recipe bones or oh. Okay, so there you go. Yeah, starting again. Get it? Starting. Yeah, once you start, that's probably the only effing thing that you don't get, like all the powers and all that. So you would have had to have done that at the beginning. So that's the only thing in terms of the progression that you cannot change post-game. Okay? As always, if you liked the video, thumbs up. It does greatly help support that channel with the algorithm, so they say, and trying to make me a little bit more relevant in the search results when people are looking shite up. If you want to subscribe, that'd be great. If you didn't like the video, thumbs down. I'll bend it in half, twist it, bust it off. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, exactly. You know what to do. If not, thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care, and maybe I'll see some of you in the next one. Bye for now.